Before we begin, let me ask you something. How far can one man go when power becomes an addiction and cruelty becomes a habit? Today, we look at the life of Saddam Hussein, a man remembered not for leadership, but for darkness, brutality, and crimes that history will never forgive. Stand up for the reading of the verdict. Stay standing. Listen to the court's decision. Do not sit. Remain standing. The court has decided to sentence the convicted Saddam Hussein al-Majid to death by hanging for committing crimes against humanity under Article 12, in reference to Articles 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the Iraqi High Criminal Court Law No. 10 of 2005. The punishment is defined according to Article 406 of Penal Code No. 111 and Article 24 of the Iraqi High Criminal Court Law No. 10 of 2005. Second, Saddam Hussein al-Majid is also sentenced to imprisonment for 10 years for violating Article 15 in reference to Articles 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the Iraqi High Criminal Court Law No. 10 of 2005 and Penal Code Article 421. Third, additional years of imprisonment are issued for committing crimes against humanity under Article 12 in reference to Article 15 and Amendment Article 333 of Penal Code No. 111 of 1969. Fourth, the harshest penalty shall be carried out in accordance with Article 42 of Penal Code No. 111. This decision is subject to appeal. The session is adjourned. Throughout his rule, Saddam Hussein built an empire of fear. He silenced voices, crushed opposition, and turned his country into a prison. Villages were destroyed, families disappeared, and thousands of innocent lives were wiped out simply because they dared to breathe freely. Saddam wasn't just a dictator. He was a man who used terror as a weapon, who buried truth under propaganda, and who filled the land with the screams of those who never saw justice. From mass executions to chemical attacks on his own people, to secret prisons where torture was a daily routine, Saddam Hussein's sins became so dark that even time refuses to erase them. He believed he was untouchable. He believed his iron fist would rule forever. But history has a way of calling tyrants back to the courtroom. And then came the day he feared the most. Inside a silent courtroom, the judge stood firm as he delivered the historic decision. The court sentenced Saddam Hussein al-Majid to death by hanging for committing crimes against humanity under Article 12. Additional sentences were placed upon him. Years in prison for acts of torture, oppression, and unlawful detentions. Every charge reflected the weight of the suffering he caused. The judgment concluded with one final line: the harshest penalty shall be carried out. The session was adjourned. Saddam's era of fear was over. In the end, Saddam Hussein faced the same justice he denied millions. He stood alone, without power, without soldiers, without the throne he clung to for decades. His end became a lesson written in the darkest pages of history. When a leader becomes a tyrant, when cruelty replaces humanity, when oppression becomes his legacy, then history writes his name, not in honor, but in black, unforgiving letters. A permanent warning for generations to come. Clip 5. Stand up for the reading of the verdict.